On some occasions, we will want to emphasize some content within a tag, but not all the contents of the tag. So, for example, we have some paragraphs of information, but then we want to emphasize only a few words within the paragraph, maybe vocabulary words. It could be also phrases, it could be whole sentences or particular sentence, it could be a title of a book that you want to present underlined. Although online, instead of underline, you should use italics for book titles. Even a letter or any portion of content. For all CSS cares, you could take half of a word and the other half of another word, and you could format it differently. So in order to do that, we're going to introduce a new tag. The name of the tag is span, and it turns out this tag is different and it's special because it is not a tag that specifies what kind of content we have, like when we used H1 for a heading, a very important heading, P for a paragraph. This one we only use to provide formatting. And what we do is we wrap the content that we want to emphasize with the span tag, but not just the tag, we have to add the class attribute, and we have to provide a name for that class attribute. And this name we get to choose. It's whatever you want. Just remember that you want to use something that will remind you of what that class will do. So when you have lots of formatting specifications in your style CSS, you can identify them easily. So in the paragraph, notice that it's content that's already within the P tag. So you can't just say I'm going to format P tag with bold and italics and blue. You have to specify, use the span tag to specify formatting only for the vocabulary word or for the phrase you want to emphasize. So you click the you insert the span tag, the class, the name, and then you close your span tag, just like with the usual tags. And in order to do that, we're still going to use quick CSS. In this case, we choose the span tag from the tag menu, and we insert the class here, just like before. So let's find a word or a sentence or any particular item in your website that you could format. In my case, I'm just actually going to go to my introduction page, and if you can't find anything now, you can practice this, and then later on when you have more content, then you could use it. So I'm going to choose this, which is in inside double quotes, and what I want to do is I want to emphasize it by making it italics. So what I want to do, according to the instructions, is I want to open that page, and this is my WebQuest intro. I want to locate that phrase within my text, and it's right here. Again, this is already inside that P tag, so I only want to apply formatting to this phrase. So what I want to do is I want to say span class equals, I choose this name, emphasize, I close the double quotes, insert the greater than sign, and I go all the way to the end of the content that I want to emphasize, and then insert the closing span tag. Okay, so I have my closing span tag, have my opening span tag with the class indicated, and now I'm ready to save. Have my confirmation that this is saved, and I'm going to close this. And now I want to go to Quick CSS. So I select the span tag. I enter the class. And here again, you get to decide how you want to emphasize your text. You could change the color of the text, you could change the font type, you could change the size, you could change the way making it bold. You could change the style, making it italics, which is what I'm going to do. You could give a background color that's different to that particular text. You could give it a border. So whichever specification you want to use, it's up to you how you want to emphasize that text. I am just fine with just making it italics, so I am going to go scroll down. Word add is here. I click on OK. Scroll down again once the page has refreshed. This is what it looks like. It's saying font style. It's going to be italics. I want to make sure that I copy everything, or rather cut it from there, and I want to go open my styles.css file, and I want to paste my new spec and a new line. I save. Can close this, and if all goes well, I should be able to refresh this page and see whether the class worked. And here we go. So now it's italics. So that's the same way that you're going to do the same process you're going to follow every time that you want to highlight a particular piece of content that is already embedded in a tag, like a paragraph, like a list, like a a part of a heading, so on and so forth.